We're back here on Wrestlevision. As you see, I've Steve Corino's taken over as your co-host because I've been on the show so many times. With me right now,
Scotty Bender.
Who?
Scotty Bender.
Oh, I've been on a Bender before too.
Me too. That's where I got the name.
Yeah, he's interviewed me so many times he thinks I forget his name. Right here, Bender.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Scotty Bender.
Yes.
Okay. I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
What's it like to interview a guy like Steve Corino?
Well, you know, it's an honor. You've done so much in the business, and the first time I met you, and you can ask the producer, I was very excited to meet you. So it's kind of like a running thing now. Every time I do see you, I want to interview you. I love hearing your Japan stories, your stories about ECW, and just great stories in general, great road stories that you always you always have a good twist on it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how sexy would you consider Steve Corino?
Wow. Can we go out higher than a 10?
Absolutely.
I would say about a 12.
See, that's good. Bender.
Yes.
Bender, okay. When we come back, I'll have an interview with the most overrated person in the wrestling business ever, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
We'll talk about your retirement. I mean, this is your
I
last
thought we were
year.
going to a break.
No, we're not.
I said break. Director said break.
We got to keep going.
All right, let's switch places.
Backstage here at Ballpark Brawl with Steve Corino. Steve, this may be your last Ballpark Brawl appearance. I've had the pleasure of actually doing commentary, which I would have to say is one of the highlights of my broadcast career, doing commentary with you.
Mine too.
So talk about, really, what's it like this year? I mean, you're kind of winding your career down. I mean, who knows? I mean, you say it may be the end, but, you know, the wrestling bug may bite you later down the road. Yeah, I mean, come on, you've done a lot, and I just can't believe that you're hanging the tights up, quite honestly.
Yeah, it's not a might. Yeah. The wrestling bug bit me, and I got the penicillin for it. So I'm on my way out. Some couple things. I was talking to the Buffalo Bison's front staff today about a position at second base. They're not too keen on it, but they need some help. But I may start at Midland, but until Reading calls me, and then I might be a general manager for a baseball team or youth strength fitness teacher or just a stay-at-home dad.
Now, any interest in doing something besides wrestling in the wrestling business?
No.
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 Absolutely not.
No, and I wouldn't mind being a commentator.
You're good.
We could have our own show up here.
I believe you got a free.
You'd have to come down to my house because I hate to travel.
The invite's there. I'd be there. I'd be there. I'd be there. Yes, I'm sorry. Looking back on your career, I mean, what are some? I know, Steve. I know you're going to be going through these interviews. I mean, talk about some of the big highlights.
No one interviews me anymore. It's the only reason I came up today. It's for the free.
That's Scotty
Bender. Yeah. The highlights of my career: making it out without dying, actually making a little bit of money, and getting out without a drug problem. That's probably my 3 biggest accomplishments so far. But like minor accomplishments, winning world titles all around the world, teaming with C.W. Anderson, of course, the Extreme Horseman, which you never mentioned in the other 17 times I was on.
What a perfect segue, real quick, if we could talk about
my career highlights. Okay. That's about it. And yeah, the Extreme Horseman, it's our last year. We're giving it up on December 22nd. All 3 of us are going to go our own ways. I put up 4 fingers, but it's really 3. And, CW's going to team with David Young, and Ricky Landel's going to go on his own, hopefully to the AWA title. And, I'm going to ride the horse to obscurity.
Now, is there anything looking back on your career that maybe something you didn't accomplish as a wrestler, that you didn't get a chance to wrestle, that you don't see down the future, that you may not cross paths or anything of that nature?
Let's see. No. Actually, you know what? If you would have asked me like a year and a half ago, I would have said Tully Blanchard. But I got to wrestle him. And, I've been so fortunate with, the King of Old School persona. I got to wrestle a lot of old school legends. So it was a pleasure. And, I've got Ricky Choshush and Hashimoto, Al Perez, Barry Windham, Dusty Rhodes, Dustin Rhodes. You name it, I've been in the ring with it.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm to ask you another question. And we've done this so many times that.
Yeah, you'd think we'd be good at it by now.
Talk about the Phillies having a great year.
Yeah, not too bad considering we have 72 people on the DL.
The A's, my Oakland A's are like the same way.
Yeah, but you know what? I can't stay up late enough to watch those games because I go to bed at like 9:30 every night. So I got to watch SportsCenter in the morning and see how your A's did. But I like the A's. I think the A's are going to be okay. It's the Mariners are tough though.
Absolutely.
And the Rangers. You see the Rangers scored 30 runs?
30.
Yeah. Tell me about running up the score. But the Phillies look okay. I hate the Mets. I'd like to see Chipper Jones die in a plane crash. Just a single engine plane crash. I don't want anybody else dying on there. But if I had like a list or something like that, he would definitely be number one. I think the Braves are showing that they're not going to be in the playoffs. The Padres, it's close. The Phillies and Padres are going to be fighting for that wild card, but I don't think the Mets are going to make it through the first round of the playoffs. Watch out for St. Louis.
Prediction in the World Series.
Phillies.
Against?
Doesn't matter. No. You know what? I'm going to say, in all reality, I'm going to see St. Louis versus the Yankees. 2 wild card teams going. Not wild card. Because the Cardinals will win 83 games again and then go all the way to the World Series. Ask me about Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds. Tainted?
I'm sure he's got one. No. Yeah, let's face it. Barry Bonds still, even if he was on steroids, you know what? He doesn't have to answer to me. He entertained me, and if he's going to die, he's going to die. But you know what? He's the greatest baseball player of our generation. People should be celebrating him. Just because he's an awful human being and a horrible teammate and stuff like that, he hits a lot of home runs, and he entertained me. And people should get off the steroids issue because you know what? These baseball players don't have to answer to us. They don't care if our kids are on steroids. You know, should they be role models? No, parents should be role models. And the parents are the ones that have to say, don't be, a steroid head or a pothead or an alcoholic like Sterling James Keenan. And it starts with the parents. The athletes should be looked upon as entertainment, not role models.
Should Pete Rose be in the Hall of Fame?
No, he gambled on baseball.
Bottom line.
And that's the bottom line. No, he gambled on baseball, and that's no good. If he would have never admitted that he gambled on baseball, I would have let him in.
Now, with your farewell this year, anything big in Japan happening for you? Any farewell, send-off?
We're hoping to have a big party. Hopefully Roppongi, a lot of dancing girls, maybe some alcohol. CW's got some hookers lined up. No, but the last match is going to be me, CW, and Ricky against Takeo Mori, Masato Tanaka, and Sanjiro Otani.
0-1 max?
Absolutely.
Well, Steve, hopefully I'll see you down the road, and it's always been a pleasure, and I mean that sincerely, interviewing you. And again, one of the highlights of my career looking back is actually, doing commentary with you, because I've done commentary with some names, I will say, but I'll have to say when I look back and they ask me, Steve Corino will cross my lips.
You know what? I can say the same thing, Johnny Bender.
Thank you.